Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of Steve Basinger Fishing. We're out here on Lake Mozingo practicing for a tournament. I got well, it's like 6:30 now, so I got a couple hours left before dark. I'm staying tonight and then I'm going to fish all day tomorrow. So, got a tournament coming up here in about a week and a half, 2 weeks. I've never been here before. This is the first time I've ever seen this lake. It's not a very big lake, and it's pretty close to a pretty decent sized lake here, or decent sized city here in Missouri, so a lot of boat traffic out here today, but I'm kind of catching the tail end of it. Today's Sunday, so hopefully tomorrow, being Monday, it'll be better. I think school kind of starts back here soon, maybe tomorrow too. So anyways, what we're going to do is we're going to start on the north end of this lake. According to satellite imagery, that side of the lake is dirtier. And while I typically wouldn't target dirty water in the heat of the summer, my thought process is when the tournament starts, most people won't want to go that way. So we're going to give that a try. Fish ought to be a little shallower, then we'll see what we do. Tomorrow, we will kind of spend more time out here on deeper stuff. So come along with me. Let's do this. Alright, so right off the bat, what I'm able to see, we've got all this grass up here. We got some scattered pads. I can see like way up here up the shoreline, there's a lot more pads. We got this, well, I don't even know what this is called. I have no idea what kind of grass this is called, but I'm seeing clumps of milfoil. Like you can see right there, clumps of milfoil here. So we got mixtures of grass. Now what I've been told about this lake is years ago, like 5 years or more, this used to be a really, really good frog lake because of all the shoreline grass. Then I was told it all kind of died out, sprayed, whatever. And I don't know if this is what it used to look like, but if you don't think I'm going to throw a frog at this, friends, you are crazy. We're going to throw a frog. Now, for being completely honest here, there's probably not going to be many good fish shallow. I've pretty much know it's probably going to be one offshore, which is what I'm going to look at tomorrow, at least most of the day tomorrow. But just for due diligence, gotta check this stuff up here. Okay, some of you guys are probably wondering why I'm fishing with all these reaction baits instead of like slowing down, because it's hot. Water temperature is 88. It's practice. I'm trying to stay moving, stay efficient, make the most of this day that I can. So I want to keep moving with reaction baits. Right now I'm throwing a swim jig. I've got a frog on too. And I mean I do have flipping stuff rigged up. If I come to something kind of isolated that I can hit real quick, I'll flip something at it. But other than that, I want to stay moving. And I'm just looking for active fish. Just numbers, just fish. Well, not really even active fish. I just want to make one react. I'm just looking for numbers of those. Not really trying to catch any. I've also got the shady bank on my left side, which is probably the better bank considering the conditions. But when you're practicing and it's the evening, you got to be careful. You got to take those kind of things into account, because it is, what time is it, 7:20? I will not be fishing at this point during the tournament. So if I got over there on that bank that's got all the shade on it and just clobbered them right now, it's very possible that come tournament day, they're not active on that shoreline until the morning, or until that evening. So I would be, what's the word I'm looking for? Chasing my own tail on that one. I'd be fishing some bad history. So tomorrow morning I'll go hit that shoreline and see how it does, because that will not have any shade on it during tournament day whatsoever. This stuff will have some shade though. Oh, you got it good. All right, here's my first Mozingo bass. Skinny guy, wouldn't keep. They got to be 15 inches here. but got it real well. Can't be upset about that. Certainly one fish a pattern does not make. But I'm not upset about it. It's got like a broken back. Skinny too. Alright, well that was cool. I was just about to reel in and make another cast. I was like actually out away from everything. Probably wouldn't make 15 inches, but definitely isn't what would win a tournament. That felt like a better one. I don't know how I missed him. Look at that little guy. And that's the healthiest one I've caught so far. Okay guys, we're gonna call that a day. It's 8:38 now. Sun's way down, and I would probably got another 20 minutes of like safe riding around, kind of looking, fishing light, because I don't know this lake and there's all the stumps. I don't want to chance it. So we're gonna put it back on a trailer. See you guys again in the morning. There's one. Ain't real big, he's strong though. We got it good. Almost square bill. Alrighty. That and probably pushing 15 inches. Oh, there's another one. That one's not going to help at all. Oh, all right. Look at that toad. Oh, boy, and he ate it. He ate it. Come here. Come here. Oh, dang. First cast on the swim jig. That was on a swim jig. That was my first cast with a swim jig, and that was probably close to 5 pounds that just came off. She had it real deep too. I guess I just didn't get a real good hook in her. But I've been noticing, I found this brush pile. It's a pretty big brush pile, so it's kind of hard to fish real quick. But I've been noticing that it seems like the fish are kind of positioned a little higher in the water column, like they're above it. I don't know if that's because it's still early morning. I mean, we're only 7:30 in the morning or what, but anyways, I had thrown a big 10-inch worm through there and didn't get anything, and I just felt like these fish are a little higher than what you could catch them by fishing something on the bottom. So I picked up a swim jig, and I'm just throw it out, let it get to the bottom, and then I'm just slow rolling it through there just like you would with a spinnerbait. And I came over a couple limbs, and that one just crushed it. Okay guys, I kind of wanted to show you what it is that I'm looking at on the graph here. All I'm doing is just going around looking for brush piles. Well, it just kind of adjusted, so I can't really show you the thermocline. But I'm looking for the thermocline and brush piles that are like right at the thermocline, which today is right around 18 feet. And this is one we're coming up on right here. So that's a brush pile there. Kind of lays out. You can see it on the 2D, and then that's what it looks like on the down imaging. So I just go around those. I've actually already been over this once already, and I just drop a waypoint on it. I mean, it's not rocket science. And then I come back to it, make some casts on it. It doesn't take very many casts, really. If they're there, you'll find out pretty quick. All right, guys, a little bit of a, I don't know, late morning update. It is, oh, that's not what I wanted to do. That's what I want to do. It's, you know, I don't even know what time it is. Probably like 10:23. How about that? So you guys haven't missed much, other than what I've caught this morning. The first thing this morning of shallow, I haven't caught anything else. I haven't done a whole lot of fishing. The way this tournament's pretty much going to be won is fishing offshore. I've marked a ton of offshore spots. I've only fished some, and I've only got a bite on the one, and that was the big one that I lost. So what we're going to do now is I marked all this brush along one side of the lake, and now we're going to go back and try to fish most, if not all of it, and then that's probably all I'm going to get today. It's probably going to be a matter of hitting a bunch of these little offshore brush piles. That's probably what it's going to be. It might even be sometimes they'll be like little one cast spots. You'll pull up to it, and like you can cast on it all day, but if you don't catch one in the first couple casts, there's probably either not one there, or that one that is there is just not feeding. You got to come back later. So I think it's going to be pull up to this spot, make a couple casts, catch one or not, move on to the next spot is probably what it's going to be like. Well, that was cool. Knock it off, buddy. Knock it off. It's got a broke jaw. See that? Stop it. Broke jaw. Seemed to not affect him none. It's probably right about 15 inches. That was the first cast into that brush pile. It took me, I don't know, 4 or 5 casts to actually find the brush pile. But like I said, if you could get on it once, they're pretty much one cast deals. You get in there and you can catch one real quick. That one I actually got stuck in the brush pile. When I popped it out of it, it ate it. Which might mean they're just reacting more than anything else. Alright guys, that's going to be it for the day. That's going to be it for practice, at least for this round of practice. I got one more day, the day before the tournament. I really don't know what I need to be doing. I still feel like to win the tournament you need to be fishing these deep brush piles like I've been doing. I've only got 2 bites doing it, one of which was probably pushing 5 pounds. That was that one on that swim jig this morning, and then I caught one on a 10-inch worm, a 10-inch gambler worm that just, it hit like I was stuck in the tree, popped it out of there and it hit. So it reacted. So that's telling me like either the fish are in a funk, which is kind of what I think it is. They're more in a funk and they're just hard to catch right now, or there is just a whole other way that these fish are feeding that I just haven't figured out yet. And I don't know, maybe they're night feeding out on these brush piles, or I just haven't hit the right one. I'll be the first to tell you, I'm not great at fishing offshore, but it's really not that hard when you do it enough. I mean, I've hit enough brush piles today that I feel like I'm a decent enough fisherman. I should have got a few more bites. So come practice again, we'll plug at this again. I'm pretty sure this is what we're going to do in the tournament. My buddy that's going to be fishing with me, I'm hoping he's pretty decent at this offshore stuff. Maybe he can show me a thing or two. Thanks guys for watching the video, and I'll be sure to post the tournament video as well. So until then, I'll see you guys on the water.